Good morning. Wanted to do a quick review on the Becker BK-2 Companion. Um, First off, start with the sheath. It's a Kydex sheath. Good end handle retention. It's got the slots for the Molly or PALS attachment. Very good end handle retention. Very lightweight. I like the sheath. I did not like it. Came with a belt loop attachment that I was not wild about. It allowed it to hang too low on the hip. It also, being that it was too long, the knife tended to hang away from you like this. Did not like it at all. So, like the sheath, pulled the belt loop off. Probably get one of those swivel belt clips that you can get online. I can't think of the name of them right now. So, overall good. Probably just going to want to toss the belt loop in the trash. Okay, onto the knife. As you already probably know, this is a full 1/4 inch thick hunk of steel. But a very comfortable, well balanced hunk of steel, I must say. You have to pick it up and feel it in hand to really appreciate how a 1-pound knife can actually balance and feel comfortable in your hand, which it does. So I was a little bit surprised, but happily surprised. I believe it's a 1095 Crowvan steel with a special heat treat that I've heard a lot of good things about. It has an epoxy coating, which I'm not wild about. I like to oil my knives with medicinal and food grade mineral oil, just in case I want to do some food prep with them, and I get a little nervous about epoxy coatings flaking off into food. And as you can see, at least on this knife, it does come off. But so I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna probably strip this with some kind of paint, industrial paint or epoxy remover soon. So, you know, that's, if you don't like epoxy coatings, they can be taken off. I think there's some reviews out there on how to do that. I think the knife looks better without it anyway. Grivery handles, you can get the aftermarket handles made for these out of different materials. The Grivery is comfortable. It is a little slick, but the ergonomics of this handle are such that it's not going to slip out of your hand. It's got this deep palm swale here. I guess that's what you'd call it, and it really is so comfortable in the hand. I mean, and so well balanced for this size of knife. I know I keep going on and on about it, but I was rather surprised. Okay, as you notice, this thing is dirty. Haven't really had a chance to take this out on a camping trip yet, but we had fairly severe winter storms, at least for the area where I live, last week, and I got a chance to process some kindling for the fireplace. I beat this thing through 5 or 6 big old logs, and I would think, I'm definitely no knife expert, that would dull any blade pretty severely. But let's see, I'm gonna grab this piece of paper and see if we can see. We're gonna try to cut it. I mean, that to me is that's pretty amazing to me. That steel right there. This is just to be pounded through 5 or 6, maybe 7 big fire logs, processing up kindling, and then to go through that paper like that. You probably heard it catch a couple times. I'm sure it's got some burrs on there, but I think a quick touch up and this thing would just be shaving sharp again. And it did come from the factory extremely sharp, so I was pleased with that. when you pick this thing up, I imagine that if you were stranded in the woods or in a survival situation where we talk about needing survival knives, um, this thing almost has the quality of my kid's teddy bear. I mean, it's. I think it would give you that much comfort. It just, you pick it up and you want to go use it, and you feel like there's no way this thing will fail at any task I put it at. So, I think overall a very good knife. I love the blade shape. That was one of the reasons I went for this one over some of the other, large competitor knives. Was I really like this blade shape. Um, Also, the price point on this knife is great. I mean, I think I paid $50 for it. There's no way if you buy this knife that you'll be disappointed in it. I'm telling you, this is just a great knife for anybody to have. Will it be my everyday belt knife? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be, on my belt at all times, camping or doing any kind of outdoor activity, because it does weigh a little bit. But I think anytime I'm on any kind of outdoor excursion, at the very least this will be in the pack. And it may be on the hip a lot, but overall, great knife. Um, Probably definitely call this a tool. I mean, you could almost use it as a pry bar. Definitely could. One last thing. It does have an exposed pommel, which is nice for, I guess if you were in a situation where you had to break some glass, also to, I can't quite get it in frame here, but drive the knife down through a piece of wood. One thing you probably do not want to use it for, or any knife pommel, is a hammer like this. In a situation where you're out in the woods, if you're pounding a nail or a tent stake, that's not a lot of surface area. That's real easy to slip off. What's going to happen is that's going to go straight into your wrist or arm, whatever you're pounding on. So use the pommel to drive the knife through if you need to. Probably not the best idea to use it as a hammer. Find something else. And then I put a little paracord pull or fob on here. That's nothing new. I was just going to throw out there that I had never tied one of these, and I think Flashlight Freaks channel has a great video on how to tie these that you can actually follow without getting way too confused. So thanks to him for that video, because it helped out a lot, and I've tied some for keychains and other things, just having fun when you're sitting around bored on a Friday night or something. So great knife. Go outside and get yourself one, and have a great time with it. Thanks. Bye.